24 years after Molly Bish's murder, the NBC 10 investigators are getting an exclusive look inside the evidence kept in cold storage for decades.
Investigator Kathy Curran has been covering the case since Molly Bish disappeared and as the latest in the hunt for her killer. Kathy.
Glenn, the district attorney tells us new DNA testing will be done on some clothing. A suspect was named 3 years ago, but investigators are still looking for evidence to put him at the scene of the crime. For the first time, we take you inside the crime lab and some of the evidence in this case. So what do we have?
So this is our cold storage location.
Bags of evidence tucked away on shelves in cold storage for decades.
We store evidence for a multitude of cases, including Molly Bish.
Possibly containing the key to finding Molly Bish's killer. The NBC 10 investigators with an exclusive look inside the evidence at the State Police Crime Lab in Sudbury. This bag holds the bathing suit Molly was wearing the day she disappeared from her lifeguard shift at Cummins Pond in Warren on June 27, 2000. There are evidence samples cut for DNA testing, her knapsack that was left sitting by her chair that day, and more.
Some soil samples and a hair elastic.
The Bish family has been praying for justice for 24 years.
The crime scene was destroyed.
The crime scene was never secured because at first police thought Molly may have drowned. Molly's remains were found a few miles down the road from the pond in the woods of Palmer 3 years after she was murdered.
Molly's presence is missed every single day. I don't look at the world the same way. My sister was taken by somebody, and I've learned that there are many dangerous people out there.
The hunt for the killer led investigators to convicted rapist Frank Sumner, who died in 2016. He operated auto body shops in the area and looks like the man Molly's mom spotted sitting in a white car the day before she disappeared.
We're going to do everything we can to make sure that this case gets closed.
Worcester County District Attorney Joe Early says Sumner had access to a white car. He was officially named a suspect in 2021, but DNA tested from evidence so far hasn't linked him to the crime.
Do you believe he is still the person who killed Molly Bish?
There's a lot of evidence that leads to Frank Sumner, yes. That's why we at first named him a person of interest and later a suspect.
I'm frustrated that we haven't made any progress on the recent person of interest that was named in 2021.
Here's the Bish case by the numbers. There are 267 pieces of evidence. Investigators have received more than 6,700 leads and tips. Molly vanished 13 minutes after arriving at the pond. Surveillance video from a local convenience store captured the last images of Molly moments before she went to the pond on that fateful day. The Bish family and investigators are hoping advances in science and the evidence here will finally lead them to Molly's killer.
As we've seen the advances in the test, in the science, where you might not have been able to test it in the past, now you can test it.
My hope is to use my voice and stand up for Molly as much as possible and continue to look for resources available to support the investigation into solving her crime.
And the Bish family would like outside DNA experts to be involved in the case, but the DA says he's confident in his team and they're using the most advanced types of testing. If you have any information, please give state police detectives a call on the tip line. That number is 508-453-7575. Kathy Curran, NBC 10 Investigators.